All right, so every once in a while we need to be able to do some distortions in Photoshop, and I'm going to show you a couple of those. This first one here, it's a trick that's used by many Photoshop artists and designers, and sometimes, most of the time, we don't even realize it's happening. So to get to this, I just have a picture. This picture has already been retouched. I mean, notice how the blurred out the background is. He's got these reflection in his eyes. His face has this little sheen kind of in the front. There's no, well, he's got, yeah, there's a lot. This photo has been manipulated, and most images on magazines have, which should be upsetting to us. But anyways, let's go ahead, and it would be in the filter menu, and it is called Liquify. So when we go into Liquify, it's going to bring up the picture and a whole bunch of settings over here on the right. We've got tools on the left. I think two of the easiest ones to recognize, one is called Pucker and the other is called Bloat. Bloat, obviously, we're going to make something bigger. Pucker, we're going to make it a little smaller. So with the Bloat tool, I can change the size by holding and pressing repeatedly my open bracket. That's going to make things smaller, like that's the brush size that I'm working with, or the closed bracket is going to make it bigger. So just for sake of being silly here, let's say I wanted his eyes to be bigger. If I use the Bloat tool, I can just single click, and you should be able to see that his eye is starting to get bigger. And then depending on where I actually position it is going to determine, you know, how big it gets. So I'm clicking and holding, and that's making his eyes really big, and that's just creepy. More appropriate use and how you might actually see this happen is that it might be used on the lips of a person, perhaps to create a little more separation, to look like the lips are a little bit parted, or to make them look a little bit fuller. On females, it would be used perhaps to make their breasts look larger or their waist skinnier, those types of things. So this is an over-exaggeration, but you get it. The pucker, on the other hand, this would be like if we need to make it, right, we're making his nose smaller just by clicking and dragging, or clicking down and holding. If I do a drag, it's going to pinch and pull just a little bit. So lots of fun stuff you can do with this, but it is quite often used to make it look like, you know, either make an image look really amazing or completely distorted.